Yes, what's going on, dudes? It's David here. We are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be previewing the F1 2022 driver lineups, and I'm going to be giving you my predictions on which teams I think will stay the same and which teams will change at least one or two drivers, possibly. And I just want to say, I have 5 teams staying the same. And we're just going to get those teams out of the way. The teams that are going to be in F1 are going to be right next to me. And the 5 teams I think that are going to stay, the first one we're going to start off with is Alpine or Alpine Racing. That's going to be coming into Formula 1. They've already changed their logo on Instagram and all their social media. So they're now in F1 and Alpine is in Formula 1. Now, the current lineup for the 2021 season is of Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. And I really think that will be staying the same. I really think that will be staying the same because I feel like if Alpine is going to be the only Renault-powered team, that means they get to focus just on themselves. Because McLaren is going to Mercedes. So Alpine will be able to just focus on themselves, developing their engine, developing their car. And I feel like that's going to be a very good thing for Fernando Alonso also, too. And Esteban Ocon, this is going to be his second season back in the Renault team, back in Formula 1 with the Renault team. And it's going to be Alonso's first season back in a decent team since he left in, I think it was 2019 with McLaren. But this is the reason why I think Alonso and Alonso Ocon are going to stay is because I feel like they're going to be good pairing. Alonso's going to give some experience to Esteban Ocon, help him learn some things. And then possibly at the end of 2022, if Alonso doesn't want to continue, then Alonso can leave and then they can introduce someone else. Another team I have them sticking together is Aston Martin with Vettel and Stroll. Vettel just joined the team. Aston Martin's going to be having Mercedes engine, so Vettel's definitely going to love having a Mercedes engine after having a dog pile of an engine for Ferrari last year. And this is Lance Stroll's father owns the team, so I highly doubt that Lance Stroll will be replaced at Aston Martin. McLaren, the McLaren boys of Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo. This is such a good pairing because both of these drivers will push each other, and both of these drivers are really, really respectable drivers. They bring a lot of outside money to the sport, they bring a lot of attention to the team. So this is going to be a very good pairing. That's why I think they're going to keep them for the 2022 lineup. Another team I have staying together. Speaking of McLaren, we're going to talk about the ex-McLaren driver that is Carlos Sainz for this year's 2021 season. Sainz and Leclerc are definitely going to stay. I feel like Sainz is going to get at least one more year in a Ferrari before Ferrari probably promote one of their young driver. And it could be Schumacher, it could be someone else, but Ferrari are probably going to give Sainz at least 2021 and 2022 before they promote someone. And considering the 2022 regulations are coming up, it could be different. And the final team I think are going to be staying the same for the 2022 season is going to be Leclerc and Perez, Red Bull with Perez and Verstappen. Perez, I honestly do really think is going to be very good in that Red Bull seat, so that's why I really think that Red Bull are going to stay the same. Perez has a lot more experience than the past two drivers combined in Formula 1. That is Gasly and that is Alexander Albon. And Perez has a lot of experience. He's been in the top team before. He didn't have a good season with that team. But now Perez is finally in a good team. I feel like he'll be around there. And I think he will actually push Max Verstappen to a certain point. And hey, who knows? Sergio Perez could be battling up there for wins when it comes to the Formula 1 season. And so those are the 5 teams I think are going to be staying the same for the 2022 season. And here are the teams I think are going to be changing at most. At most both of their drivers, or at least one of their drivers. We're going to start off with the worst team in F1 currently, and they will be having Mercedes engines past 2022. And that is the Williams team that's going to be changing one of their drivers. Jack Aitken, a Williams young driver, will be coming into the team for the 2022 season, and Nicholas Latifi will be staying the same. So the lineup will be a Canadian and a British man. Jack Aiken, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if he brings any money to the team if he does sign with them. But I feel like Williams would want to get one of their own young drivers into the team, even though they're gonna take more parts from Mercedes. They're gonna want to get one of their young drivers from the team, and considering that right now they have George Russell, which is a Mercedes young driver, that's okay for them. But they're gonna want to have one of their own, and that's why I think Jack Aiken is going to be in the Williams team, and Williams will probably get better over the next couple of years, hopefully for them, now that they have new ownership. Next worst team, we have Haas F1. The current driver lineup for Haas F1 is Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. Well, Nikita Mazepin, after all the controversy he's been through for the past couple months, he will not be a part of the Haas F1 team in 2022. I have Schumacher staying though. Schumacher getting another season. I feel like Schumacher is going to perform okay, especially now considering Ferrari's putting a lot more focus on Haas than they are with Alfa Romeo, so that's going to be a good thing for Haas and Schumacher, obviously because Schumacher is a Ferrari young driver. But his teammate for 2022, I think, is going to be Robert Schwartzman, the guy that he was battling for most of the F2 season for the 2020 season. I feel like he's going to get a promotion up to an F1 seat, and he's going to be able to battle his old rival in the same team too. So it's going to be very exciting to see these two drivers who battle for the championship in the same team for the 2020 season get to battle in the same team for the 2022 season, or from 2020 to 2022. Next, we have Alfa Romeo. This one is changing both of their drivers. I think Giovinazzi will get dropped and Kimi Räikkönen will be retiring after the 2021 season. So who replaces Kimi Räikkönen and Antonio Giovinazzi for the 2022 season? Well, if you guys know, Kimi Räikkönen is a Finnish guy, and I feel like Kimi Räikkönen is gonna put some respect on the Finnish name, and that's why I think the shock factor is gonna come in here, and Valtteri Bottas will join Alfa Romeo and join that team. Even though it is a Ferrari-powered team, I feel like Kimi Räikkönen is gonna vouch for Valtteri Bottas, and considering Alfa Romeo technically still is a Ferrari team, it's going to be Bottas and Callum Ilott for the 2022 season. So Giovinazzi will not be in F1 when it comes to the 2022 season now, because Giovinazzi has been in sport for 2 years now, and he hasn't really performed at all. I mean, if he doesn't perform this season, then what I just said is basically going to be confirmed, and I don't really see Giovinazzi staying. So that means that leaves the final team for the 2022 season, Mercedes. And Lewis Hamilton will still be there, even though he hasn't signed officially. Currently, right now, he hasn't signed to drive for the 2021 season. Lewis Hamilton will be back for the 2022 season, and joining him in that Mercedes team, probably his best rival since Rosberg, is going to be the young driver of George Russell. So you're going to have two British guys battling it out in the Mercedes team, and this is going to be George Russell's first time in a season in a Mercedes fully powered Mercedes factory team. So it's going to be a very good season for George Russell. But yeah, when it comes to the driver lineup for Formula 1, I have Mercedes with Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Ferrari with Sainz and Leclerc, Red Bull with Perez and Verstappen, McLaren with Ricciardo and Norris, Aston Martin with Stroll and Vettel, Alpine with Alonso and Ocon, Bottas and Ilott for Alfa Romeo, Williams with Jack Aiken and Latifi, Haas with Schumacher and Schwartzman, and the three drivers that will not be returning after 2021 are Kimi Räikkönen, who I think is going to retire, Giovinazzi, who's going to get dropped, and Nikita Mazepin, who's going to get dropped. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. I'll be posting more sports content for you guys to see in the coming days, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications so you know when videos go live. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.